All right. Good afternoon, everybody. How are we all doing? Trust you are doing fine today. It's always a delight to see every one of us here. I'm sincerely very happy. Guess what? This is the final week for our paradigm shift program. Oh my God. Okay. Welcome everybody once again. I'm excited this evening because we are in the third week, the final week of our program, and we'll be wrapping up soon. By Saturday, the whole thing is going to be like ending, and it's like a relief, and that every one of us have gotten some level of impact, one or the other. So I'm excited for every one of us. So today I'm excited again. One of the reasons for my excitement is that I have one of my friends here, Mr. Eddie, Boss Eddie, Guru Eddie. Oh, the guy in the book. The guy is very good. Come on, so good. Right? So, and I value him so much. There's one person that never gives up. He knows when to show up. He knows, how to be serious. He knows how to lock in. He used to tell me to know how to lock in. He's one person that knows how to do that. Okay, I want to give some instances, right? I think there is one competition he was involved with earlier this year, and then he was like overall third. Like, come on. To him, it might not be a lot, but it's a lot to me because that's massive, very massive. I'm giving this background to tell you that the person speaking to us today is not just ordinary. He has value. I'm seeing him rise in his cadres, in his field. Is a lot. So I want us to be serious with the teachings today. And AI is something that our community is involved with, and those people that are lag behind will not really benefit in future. So there are some questions I'd want you to deliberately ask whenever it's time for question and answer. So now I want us to welcome Edifon up to the stage on the screen. There's no stage here, but just to make it dramatic. Eddie, welcome. Over to you, sir. Can you hear me? Are you there?
Good evening, everyone. Just confirm if you can hear me, please.
Yes, we can hear you. I'm so happy. Thank you, boss. Thank you. Look at off my screen. Let me off my screen.
You share my screen.
Only you would have the floor.
I think you're not allowing me to share my screen. I'm unable to share my screen, so I think you should give me permission to share screen. Dora, can you hear me? I would need to give me permission to share my screen.
You can share your screen now, sir. It hasn't fixed.
No, it's okay. I can.
No, I'm not even going to do that.
Alright. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen, sir.
Please, let me know if you can see my screen so I can proceed.
Yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay. Section where at any point in time. So first, once I start explaining some technical terms or some things that you don't understand, it will be proper to ask questions when necessary. So I'm not saying everybody should unmute their mic, but like it should be an interactive section. So I don't feel I'm talking to myself. Alright, so since you can see my screen, I will start with understanding artificial intelligence, what it is, how it works, and what comes next. So, what is artificial intelligence? In the layman explanation, we are just trying to allow machines to perform human tasks efficiently and effectively, right? That's the layman task. But over here, you say AI is the simulation of human intelligence by machine. So we are trying to like mimic human intelligence in a machine. So we want the machine to be able to behave like human being. So that's like in a simple term. But these machines will only behave like human beings based on what they know. So we have to train them on data. So it's just like you have a child and you want your child to behave so way. You have to train your child in that way so that he can adapt to the training method you are giving to him and behave that way. So there are some times that your child will learn. There are some times the child might not learn or might not listen to what you say. So that is exactly how artificial intelligence is. So we try to adapt a machine to behave like human from data, and we adopt new inputs to perform tasks. So the advantage of AI compared to human is it's very, very smart, reliable, and efficient. It's not like we're not smart, we're smart, but we are prone to mistakes. But AI is very, very, even though it's prone to mistake, it's a very little percent. So they're like, there's a 90% chance to get the answer correct, and maybe 1% chance it might fail it. Alright, so we have types of AI. We have narrow AI. So I think the current stage we are currently in, we are in the age of narrow AI. We have general AI and we have super AI. So the narrow AI is the AI we are using currently today, which is like your open AI, your GPT, your Claude, Gemini, and so on and so forth. So these are type of AI that are trained for one specific task. So e.g., your image recognition, your chess, your text completion agent, just like your ChatGPT, asks the question, it answers, and so on and so forth. While your general AI, it's the kind of AI that it's used for human, like you want it to behave like a human. In your ChatGPT, no matter how you try to tell it to behave like a human, it still has some elements of AI in it. You will definitely know it's an AI that you're chatting with. But you see the general AI, right? The general AI has this human intelligence, like it behaves like human. It adapts to how human feels and all. But super AI is the master of them all. So when an AI can feel, so when an AI has feeling, can feel pain, like, okay, I know technically you can't feel pain, but they can simulate it to feel pain and to feel like, just to behave like human, adapt, learn new things without having to train. So automatically it's like reinforcement learning. It learns on the go. Let's say it enters the river and it's drowning. It knows that it needs to survive, so it learns to swim, and it does that efficiently. But we've not gotten to that stage yet. All these tools are still under experimental. They are still under experiment. So this is the field we are currently in. So what can AI do? So we have the different domains in AI. We have the computer vision. So I will give you a typical case scenario. I believe you know about your self-driving car. So the self-driving car uses computer vision to be able to navigate ways to your destination. Other use cases are your facial detection, object detections, and so on. So let's say, for instance, you go to a big facility. I don't think our bank has that. A big facility. There are some facilities that if your face is not registered in the database, the door won't open for you. So that's what the computer vision. So we have the next one, which is natural language processing. So I believe we are all familiar with ChatGPT. So a typical example of a natural language processing of natural languages and AI, your ChatGPT and your Claude. We have your decision making, so which is your recommendation system. So and if you go to YouTube, or you go to TikTok and you watch maybe a video of a girl dancing, if you observe, anytime you scroll, the next few videos you'll be seeing is recommendation of girls dancing. So that's another branch of AI called recommendation system. So it helps to train your model on data and try to predict what is the likely thing you might like based on the inputs. The next one is automation. So we have the robotic arm. So if you see like your Toyota companies and all these big companies that manufacture things, most of the robotic arms are powered by AI. So we train a model to just do one specific thing. Maybe if it's to pick a cup and drop it, that's just basically a task of the AI. So it learns to do that efficiently. Creative arts. So that is still inside your generative AI. But now, that's where we now move into multimodal system. The multimodal system has the capability of taking in images, text, and also generating images, text, and audio inclusive. So you can use it to generate audio, generate text, generate image, and your last but not the least, the global analytics. So I believe that sometimes you check your phone and you'll be seeing that there's a probability of rain falling tomorrow. So the reason why we're able to get that is because we have an AI model that is helping us predict the forecast, weather forecast, based on previous scenarios. Because one thing I know about this life is nothing new really occurs. We just follow a particular trend, and the past always tends to repeat itself. So that's why we are always very consistent or very sure that okay, this next month is rainy season, next 2 months is dry season, and so on, because it has repeated itself consistently. So we also have your financial forecasting, which is your forex trade. Let's say the typical example, forex trading. So you see that we have AI trading bots that helps to predict whether to buy or sell based on previous trends and so on and so forth. So that is just a tip of an iceberg to what AI can do. AI can do much more, but this is just the specific domain we have. So I don't know if you have any question, please. Let me pause there. Let's see if there's any question. Everyone is quiet, so I don't know. You might go to go on with the next slide. It's not like I'm talking to myself. Hold on, let me check my network. I think this is good. Is anyone still on the call? Sorry, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Alright, so the next part is, how does AI work? So AI, we don't just like have them. That's me.
Okay, I think.
Actually,
so sorry, sir. Can you hear me? I think Mark is trying to raise his hand. I think he has something to ask. Mark, are you there?
Okay, sorry. Okay, Mark, can you ask a question, please?
Okay, my question is like this. You said there are two types of AI. You have narrow AI and you have general AI. Then for super AI, you are not there yet. Well, can you make a little bit distinction between narrow AI and general AI? I mean, like in reality, what types of maybe mobile apps or platforms are considered narrow AI, and which ones are general AI?
Okay, like I said, we are still in the age of narrow AI. We've not achieved super general AI yet. But narrow AI is normal AI that you see, like your ChatGPT, your Claude, your Gemini. Every other agentic AI you see is your narrow AI. So they are trained for specific tasks. They cannot go outside of what they are trained on. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, I get you.
So I'll give you a use case. I'll give you a typical use case now. If you see your ChatGPT is like a general type of AI. It is trained to do everything, to hold, to write letter, to do everything. But you see Claude, Cloud AI is specifically trained for coding, and that's why you see that Cloud AI is leading the market because we have more coders than that is in general AI. Do you get?
Yeah, but cloud AI is also used for general
Yes,
stuff.
it is used, but you can't do complex stuff with it except complex coding. If you read the documentation of Cloud AI, you'll see that it is mainly for code.
Yeah, all right, I get it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, so how does AI work? So, the first thing, you have to gather data. You gather data depending on what you want to train, what you want to achieve, and reply message, talk to someone, answer questions. So we'll get data from the web, which is your text data. Let's say you want to train you want the model to be able to distinguish between cat and rat. You have to take different images of a cat and rat. Let's say you want your AI model to be able to distinguish between Gloria speaking and Eddie speaking. So we need a vast body of Gloria and Eddie. Or different structured data just to feed the system, like different type of data to feed the system. So once you have your data, you will process the data, I mean you clean the data and put it in a form that is trainable by the AI model. So you train the AI model using a neural network. That's like deep. I'm not sure I will go into that, but just know that you're going to train your model. And when you're training your model, you have a metrics you work with. So let's say you want the model to be able to differentiate between cat and dog. So we want to make sure that the accuracy is high. So we have different metrics: accuracy, precision, recall, and so on and so forth. You will train the model on a particular metrics. So that's how you now evaluate if the model is doing well or not. So if you see that the accuracy is reducing, you know that the model is not doing well. Maybe you need to tweak the data, you need to go back and change the model architecture, and so on and so forth. When you are done training, you need to validate the model. So they cannot just release a model to public if they've not tested it. So the model will test it on unseen data sets. Make sure that it has met the requirements, for usage outside of the company. And then once they are done, they will release it to the public. So everyone can now use it and give their feedback or their ratings. So I don't know if you understand. So the model training, like I said, is kind of technical. When I mean deep learning, it's like I said before, AI, we're trying to mimic human brain. So the same way we have neurons in our brain is the same way these AI agents have neurons. So the neuron is where information pass, and some information are being lost or kept, because sometimes we do forget things. So the AI tool is bound to forget things. So that's why it has a lot of neurons. So the only difference between an AI and us is an AI can access every part of its brain. We can't. You understand? I think nobody has. I don't think anybody has been able to use 1% of his or her brain. But AI can use 100% of its brain. So that's why no information is lost. Alright. So I don't know if you have any question before I move on to the next slide.
Okay, I think I have a question. You're saying something about the natural and then the general. You didn't give us any example on the general yet. Like you already made it specific clear that natural.
Okay, so
Okay, go on.
a general AI is an AI that has emotions, that can feel anger, pain, stress, and can relate to it. So just like a human being per se, but in an AI form. We don't have that yet already. So I gave an instance. If we were to better ChatGPT, if you choose your ChatGPT, there are sometimes it will frustrate you, and you don't know it is frustrating you until you tell it. Maybe you give it abusive words or something. But you see now the general will be able to reason with you, understand that you are angry, and tries to adjust as a human should. And a general AI will be able to tell you, if you tell it to do something and it doesn't want it, it can tell you, no, I'm not doing it. It has a mind of its own. It has, that's a mind of its own. Let me put it that way.
Okay. What about that did that? What about super? I think just talk about it again.
From the word super, that's like the master of them all. It can do everything. Like it can do everything efficiently. It can love, it can hate, it has a mind of its own, it can learn new things. Like let's say you give it a system, give it a computer, they can put it in a robotic form. You give it a laptop, it will look at the laptop and it will learn how to use the laptop and it will operate it perfectly. So things that will take humans years to learn, it does that in minutes. So that's like the age of narrow AI, which is still experimental. It is not yet possible.
Alright, I get it. You can move on now.
Let me break it down again. You know when OpenAI came, when they brought it to existence, there are times you ask some questions to tell you, based on my memory of so dates, I don't have the answer, but I can help you. So it will tell you that it has not been trained on the data. So that is narrow AI. But you see, that's narrow AI. But you see super AI won't tell you that. Super AI will definitely find a way to give you the answer. If it doesn't tell you, oh, I don't know the answer, can you teach me? You teach it, it learns it immediately. You understand? The way your certificate learns or remembers what you do is that we pass in all the conversations you guys have had, into the AI as context. So the AI will be able to remember what you are saying. But narrow AI doesn't need that. It remembers everything without passing in context, because learning, updating, and progressing as we go. So we don't have to train it again to be able to let it to do something useful. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay. So AI in our everyday life. So AI can be applicable in different aspects of the world. It can be applicable in different domains. So let's say starting from the healthcare domain. So AI can also read, scan, detect cancer earlier than radiologists. So I remember there was a time I built a brain tumor detection agent. So I trained it on data of different people's brain and the effects, the side effects, or maybe the disease they have and the ones without disease. And the AI was able to get a good amount of percentage in terms of predicting or detecting cancer. So instead of humans having to look at the X-ray scanner or the X-ray image, the AI does that for the human, which saves time and helps to give improved decisions. So it can also be used in your finance. You can use AI to detect fraud. You can use the AI to even predict the stock market. You can use AI to do, and mostly it is a lot. It just keeps going on and on and on. In the educational aspect, so just like ChatGPT, you can use AI to personalize your learning. So like me now, if I need to learn new things, most of the times I just go to ChatGPT or Plot, and I'll tell it, oh bro, I want to learn this, to give me a structured pattern and faster to understand. Unlike some courses that will stress you mentally, and you get bored or you sleep off during the classes. We also use the transportation system. So I already told you your self-driving car, Elon Musk, Tesla. So it uses computer vision, to look at the road, object detection. When there's an object, you know that okay, I'm not supposed to hit this object. I'm supposed to navigate my way around it. So for every second at which it is driving, it is processing 1 terabyte, inputs. The input that is entering is about 1 terabyte. And it is processing those inputs per second, and it is giving outputs. So the output is the decision on whether to drive left or drive right. So there are still other applications. Like I said, it is not limited to this four. There are still other applications. But this was what I could come up with for the presentation. So now, what is the future of AI? Sorry. What's the future of AI? So in the emerging trend that we have now, hopefully from 2025 to 2027, we will most likely still be in the multimodal, AI generation. So when I mean multimodal, your AI that can take in text, your text is high, that text is to type to your girlfriend, your boyfriend, that's the text. You can also add images, you can also give it audio, you can also give it video. So to take those inputs and also give you outputs. So that's the era we are currently in, multimodal. So multimodal is different type of inputs, whether be it text, be it audio, be it video. So hopefully before 2030, we'll get to the age of agentic AI. So when I mean agentic AI is that I think this one is already in process, it's already in progress. It has started, it exists now, but it has not been perfected. So we have autonomous agent that plans and execute tasks. So for instance, you can connect your Cloud AI to your email. You can also connect it to your Google Drive. You can connect it to a lot of your applications. And you can just go to Cloud and tell it, please send an email to Gloria, telling her I won't be available for the meeting today. It has access to your email and it does that work for you. So that is the age of agentic AI. Or you want an AI to help you receive phone calls, customer care service. So let's say you have a company and your company is used by millions of users, maybe like 1,000 users. You can't have 1,000 customer agents and a customer care agent to be online all the time to be answering phone calls of issues. But you can have an agent that will be there 24/7 to respond to users, log their issues, so that when an online agent comes in, he also gets the issue and resolves it immediately. So you can have an agent to do that. So that's for agentic AI. And the last one, general AI, which is the one we've been talking about, that will be like a human, has its own will and so on. So it will also be very, very smart in different domains, like very, very smart in different domains. But the challenges between all these things is that to process these AI models, you need to have compute resources. So when I mean compute is that for you to train a model, right, you need a lot of data and you need a lot of GPU, processing units. So these data GPUs, they consume power. They consume just like you buy fuel now, and maybe the gen is supposed to carry just maybe your television and your fridge. Now you now add your washing machine, add your AC. You see that the gen starts making a kind of weird noise, and at some point it might even go off. So it has the challenges most companies face. Even some Nigerian companies, they don't have compute to train their model, but we didn't have light. So so the challenges is AI safety, bias mitigation, energy consumption, regulation, and workforce transition. So what I mean by AI safety is that there are sometimes people ask AI some weird question like, can you help me maybe with my exams? That is against the rule. AI is not allowed to help you with your exams, right? So that's where AI safety comes into play. You train it to be able to know what to do and what not to do. So that when you give those kind of prompts, it will tell you, sorry, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. And also the bias mitigation, it ensures that the AI doesn't give one response the same. Like let's say you ask a question twice, it shouldn't give you the same response. And the energy consumption, I told you about the training process. It takes a lot of energy or it takes a lot of compute. And compute are run by energy, like you need power to power to turn on the compute. And the regulation and workforce transition, so it ensures that it is not hallucinating. The AI do hallucinate a lot. If you give it a lot of inputs, there's a time it will start giving you gibberish, start giving you rubbish answer, misbehaving. So that is where the regulation comes into play. They try to ensure that the AI, even if it will still hallucinate, but it should be at the lower rate where people don't observe. So what are the key takeaways? So the key takeaway first is AI is already transforming healthcare, finance, education, and more. So meaning it already exists in these fields, right? So we are looking to expand more on that. The second one is machine learning find patterns in data, not explicitly programmed. So I don't think I mentioned machine learning in the earlier stage. So machine learning is like an aspect of AI, right? When you give it data, like your Excel spreadsheet, you give it data and it picks pattern from that data to predict the future or an output. So let me say, for instance, I want to rent the house, and in the house now there are two bedroom, there's a toilet, there's toilet, there's kitchen and so on. You know the house rent will be different from those that are it's just one bedroom, no toilet, I face my face, face my slab, that kind of thing. The house rent would be the same. So we can take all those inputs, those features, those things about the houses, train it with the AI model, it picks the pattern. And when next you are using it and you tell it, oh, I want to get the house and it's one bedroom, so and so, it now tells you the price based on what it already has learned. So the near future brings more capable and autonomous and generative AI systems. So what that means is that we should expect more improved version of the AI system we currently have now, because scientists are actively working to build innovative products for our use case. And lastly, the responsible development is critical. So when you are creating your AI, it is very, very important you take into consideration the safety, the ethics, and other sensitive matters. For instance, you wouldn't want your AI to be disclosing personal information about yourself to someone else. You can also train the AI to do that. You wouldn't want the AI to help people steal. So those are the little things you need to add constraints towards. So when you are training your AI, you ensure that you have those in mind so that your AI model won't be used for fraud or anything fraudulent. So I think that brings me to the end of my presentation. I don't know if you have any question. I think this is now time for question and discussion. So I think if you are still here, you can unmute your mic, ask a question, and I'll try my best to give you a concrete Yes, I said we're done sleeping.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, man. Good evening, boss. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm good. I want to ask one question.
I'm listening.
Talking of the cloud AI, like can we put it to our phone so that it can be operating as agent as well?
Yeah. I think so. You should be able to do that. The thing is, you give Claude access to most files you use. So if you are using an email, you can connect your email to Claude. Your email can be in your phone, can be in any of your device. So once you give it access, so far it has access to it, even though you have your phone or your system, it's still able to do the task or perform the task you give to it.
And if there's any upgrade on it or any update, both even affect the phone app and all the stuff.
It doesn't. If they are updating it, they are just updating the model's weight. So meaning that it's just in an improved version of what already exists.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, boss.
Alright.
Any other question?
I do have a question. Okay, the question is.
Sir?
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, the question is, if AI can do our tasks faster and then faster than humans, as you mentioned, you said it uses 100% of their brain while we are yet to use up to like 1%. What makes us still valuable? What makes humans still valuable?
Okay, yeah, we need human in the loop. There are some decisions that we don't want to entrust in AI. Let me say, for example, now, in the banking system, for instance, I want an AI to transfer money. But imagine I just tell AI, I beg, let me transfer 2K to a store. Now, and in the account now, I didn't mention store, maybe I didn't mention the last name. And in the account, we have multiple stores. So if we don't, if the AI doesn't ask, okay, store who, it will just perform its own, just do what is on its head, and it can send money to all the stores. And if that was your last card, come on, what you love, so you understand. So that makes us valuable because we need to tell it, okay, this is what we want, you know. It needs us as a human in the loop because this AI you see, they are trained to operate well. They are trained for specific tasks, and if they are not being supervised, there is a tendency that they might, you know, do something that we don't want. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so that's why we are still valuable. But I think when we get to the nature of narrow AI, I think we will not be valuable again, sir. I think, but I'm not sure.
I didn't hear you. Say that again.
No, I mean, super AI can do everything better than us. So what's not the point of having us in the system when it could literally do everything? So I think that's where your what you say might come into consideration.
Should that be scary or that should be like an encouragement for us or something? When we want something to replace us.
No, AI is not here to replace you. No, don't get me wrong. AI is not here to replace you. AI is here to assist and aid you make work easier and faster. So if there's people who don't have an idea on how to use AI to get things done, that would be on the losing end, so that will be replaced by the AI itself. So it's not like AI is replacing you. AI is just helping you get things done much more faster and efficiently. So if you don't know how to use it, they'll replace you with someone that knows how to use it. Not that AI does and do it, because we still need AI and humans to supervise what the AI is doing.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was thank you for answering that question. It gave me more like.
Okay. So just take for instance again, lastly, you want to send an email to someone, I tell your email down, your AI. Please send an email to Eddie telling him that I want to appreciate him for today's event. You would want to see the output of the AI. The AI it will definitely give its own output, but you would want to see it and confirm if you are okay with it or you want it to edit one or two things. Unlike if just sending the email directly to me. You might not like the output or what the email is sent. So it's better it's all. So that's why they call it human in the loop. So that's where you come into play to vet what the AI is doing and then if it go ahead to whether to proceed or not to proceed.
Thank you so much. For Nigerians now, the reason why you are very vast in this is because you have knowledge of it, right? You paid the price to like study hard and then get a lot of knowledge. But for people, I don't want to I'm not discriminating, but for people that are not yet as knowledgeable as you are, Nigerians for instance, probably a businessman in the village, or are you still there? Or probably a brother in the north or a sister in the north that is trying to navigate their way through all this new part, because it's like they might feel like you're talking over their heads. Do you get it? So my point is, or my question is, how do they start? How do they start getting acquainted with this topic called AI, or this whatever called AI? How do they do that?
Well, I feel first and foremost, it depends on what the person wants, right? If you want to know how to use AI, I don't want to understand how it is built, it is different. So you can just learn prompt engineering. So prompt engineering is how to structure your instructions to the AI to ensure it gives you the kind of output you are looking for. Well, I'm not a prompt engineer. If you want to build the AI that does these things, that's what AI engineering is all about. So it depends on what you want to achieve. So if you want to just use this AI to perform your day-to-day tasks, it's prompt engineering. But if you want to use it to perform something else, maybe you want to build it for a unique use case, then you need to learn how to, train the model. You need to go through the process. So you need to learn Python. From Python, you need to learn data analysis with pandas, NumPy. After that, you need to learn machine learning, scikit-learn. From there, we are moving to deep learning, TensorFlow, PyTorch. Then you can now pick your domain, computer vision, natural language processing, recommender system. So when you pick your choice, you start working towards that and you build towards being the best. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, that answers it. But so sorry. The reason why I'm asking all this question is because some persons are here that I really want you to break it down to them. So you said the first point or the first startup is to learn what exactly? Take courses on what and what? And is it necessary?
Okay. Depending, like I said, if you want to use AI for your task, you're just learning prompt engineering. You just need to know how to prompt engineering. Like some people now, they can build a full website without writing one line of code with AI. And how can they do that is by proper prompt engineering. There's some people that will be doing the prompt engineering, the AI will still frustrate them. Like it will still frustrate them because they're properly giving the AI what it needs to answer your question. But if you want to fall in the categories of people who build the AI system itself, you need to learn the basics, which is you start from Python, which is a programming language to be able to code AI. When you're done with Python, it's a step-by-step process. You move into data analysis with pandas and NumPy. When you are comfortable with data analysis, you now move into machine learning with scikit-learn. After machine learning, you are comfortable with that because machine learning is like a niche on its own. So you have people that we call machine learning engineers. You have machine learning engineers. So all they do is take a tabular data set and find patterns to predict the future. We now have another field, this is deep learning. So deep learning is the part where we are trying to mimic the human brain in mathematical models. After we are done with deep learning, we now move into computer vision, natural language. So you can pick any of the two or you can do both. Like me, I did both. So you pick any of the two, learn them, because that will be like your area of specialization. So yeah, that's just basically it.
Alright, thank you so much. Anybody has any other questions you can ask him? Thank you.
Sorry, I don't know if someone is speaking now.
Okay, yes, another question just came in from our studio. The question is, can you prompt an AI on a Telegram like that? Okay, on a Telegram to. Okay, can you say that again? Okay, can you prompt an AI to create a trading bot? Is it possible?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. So far you know what you are doing, it's possible. As if you know prompt engineering very well, it is possible. There's nothing impossible. The impossibility comes from your mind. If you believe everything is possible, then it is possible.
Alright. You just triggered the person. He said he's going to go and create a bot this night. So thank you.
Sure. It's very possible. If you go to cloud, and tell it should be able to give you guidance or give you the codes required to do that. So if you don't even know how to run it, you can tell it to teach you how to run it. To show you how to do it.
Okay. So, okay, last question, or I think as the question is coming, I'm just going to be asking you about it. I think I'm going to be asking you about it. What are the apps that, for beginners or people that don't even know anything about AI should like download right now, like after this our call? What AI do you think, like AI tool or app, do you think we should have on our phones?
I mean, I'm not really a big fan of AI, so like I don't really use AI for many things because it makes me not think with my brain. At least I have the brain to think and solve problems. I only use it when I'm tired. So I use only these two AI. I use ChatGPT and I use Claude.
Wow. Okay.
Yes,
That's
but I don't use it. I set down to use it to read. But aside that, I don't use it to do any other thing.
okay. That means you're trying to encourage us to you're trying to encourage us to like be using our brains, right?
It depends on what you want to achieve. Or if what you are doing, like me now, if I pay you to get my job done, and say you want to use your brain and you waste my time, I'll fire you. So it depends. You have to know what you are doing.
Oh.
I'm not using AI because this is a personal decision I make. It's not like it's the best, but it's just my own personal preference. So you get, so AI is good, but using it too much makes you kind of lazy, and you won't be able to do some things by yourself.
Oh, wow. All right. Thank you so much, Eddie. I think I'm out of questions, except someone here wants to ask. Does anybody have any question? Do anybody have any question? So that we can call it a day. Okay. I think nobody have any question for you again. Eddie, what's your final words for us before we wrap up?
My final words is in anything you find yourself doing, do it well. Like we only have one life to live, so the best time to make mistake is now. Just keep doing your thing. Or make sure you try to keep your best and leave the rest for God. So that's just it. That's just it. Like me now, I'm always grinding. There are times I'm tired. Like today now, I was mentally tired. Like too many things in my head. I took a break, and most likely I'll be doing my own. So there's no excuse for failure. That's always an excuse. If you fail, there's no excuse to justify that you failed. Nobody will even cares about your skills. So you just have to win by all means. So yeah, that's my final one. To just anything you find yourself doing, do it well.
Yeah, that was encouraging and touching. I feel like crying a bit more. So, Eddie, I want to thank you.
That's right.
Thank you for saying yes to us. You really did a lot for us. People here would not know what you went through for this. And I'm grateful that we showed up like we are 12. Come on. It's a lot. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful.
Oh, hello. So, take care of yourself.
Yeah,
Thank you everyone for doing up. I really appreciate you.
yeah, we'll call it a day. Thank you everybody for showing up too. It's a lot. Thank you for we're about wrapping up actually. After this month, after this week it's the end and then we'll do our exams. Thank you for boarding the ship with me. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in our next video. As Eddie is doing, peace out. Peace out everybody.
Yeah, peace out.